Good morning, crafty friends. So today I have a new book to share with you. This is a 6.5 by 3, obviously by 6.5, mini album that I used the Bo Bunny Soiree collection, and here it is. This is 36 pages, 6 by 6. I purchased this at Country Craft Creations, and I really love this. When I saw Brenda on our design team, I saw her album, and I thought it was really beautiful. And of course, you know I love Shabby Chic, so I could not say no to that. I have a 12 by 12 pad too, so I basically saved some of my ephemera stuff for that. I got the layered chipboard, and I used the Home Sweet Home on this one. And then I used a mixture of this particular Soiree Noteworthy, and I had another collection. I don't even know the name of the collection, but I had some leftover ephemera from another Bo Bunny packet that I had purchased from Hobby Lobby a while ago. But if you want this collection, go to Tamara's store. She has the best prices around. I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth. She has the fastest shipping. I have ordered from other companies, and it's taken 2 weeks or a week or whatever. It drives me crazy because I'm impatient and I want my stuff now. And then, of course, they have not been able to beat her prices to me. So, anyway, let me go through some of, I'm going to put this to the side real quick. These are some of the die cuts that I use. This is the Spellbinders Blooms 3 is what it's called. I used the Die Delights Create a Rose. I used the Spellbinders Card Creator A2 Scalloped Border 1. And I also used the Grand Nestabilities, and I think I used probably like the medium size one. This is one of my favorite little die cuts to use. So I basically used the whole entire 6 by 6 except for 2 sheets. So that is 34 pages of fun. So right here, this is that trim that I just purchased from China recently. I really love it. I think it's very pretty, super shabby-licious. I love the roses. This is from the die cuts. This little dress form is from Saw Crafters. These were from Hobby Lobby. This is just a little spool, and I wrapped some thread around it. I got that idea from Brenda. And then I made this rose right here, and these two little roses were from Michael's. And basically I used my pink shimmers called Peekaboo. Yep. Oh, Pinkaboo. Sorry, Pinkaboo. And these are like shimmering watercolors. Love them. They're very easy to use. And I purchased that from Shimmers. Really love them. The edging that I used was the Prima Old Rose. That I use this throughout the whole entire album. So if you're looking for that, I know that I think Hobby Lobby does sell some of them, or they may have discontinued it already. I have no clue. Anyway, so then I got this idea from Tamara and also from Cheryl on our design team, and I really loved the idea. So basically, I had got this vintage laces recently from an antique shop, and I used some score tape, and I actually used a hot glue gun too, just to make sure that it was, you know, really secure on there. Sorry for some of these glue strings, I didn't notice them before, but I was working on this pretty late. So, and then I just basically started from the bottom and then went every other loop to do this corset style. And then this is the back. This is my favorite sheet out of their whole collection. This is my favorite paper. This little bow right here, this ribbon is just a thick gross grain ribbon that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. And now I'm going to back up a little bit here so y'all can get the full effect of the album. Okay. So right here, these are all magnetics. I use the basic gray small magnets, and I think I have 2 left. So I got that from Tamara's store. This is from the Noteworthy collection. I just put it on a pop dot. This is just some little ephemera right here that I had. It says Tea Party. And this was just extra ephemera from other places. I just basically use some, regular colored cardstock here. And I use some washi tape right here to hide the ugly little white line. I really like the pink polka dots. And then again, here's some more ephemera. And so I made like a little tuck spot so they can put a photo there. Here on this page, this is also some of the new laces that I just purchased from China. Really loving it. Here's where I used one of the Spellbinders die cuts. Made this flower. Here's the Spellbinders lace doily die. For their new card creators, I guess is what you call it. This is magnetic. It opens up and they can put a photo here. They can put a photo here, and I made this a tuck spot. This is from the ephemera. These were some little crochet doilies that I got from Hobby Lobby. They came in a little package. I think you get like 5 of them. And they were having a half off sale. And again, here are some of the vintage ribbon, embroidery ribbon that I got from the antique store. And each one of these has a double-sided mat, and I'm not going to pull them all out, but they're all the same. They have the green on the back and then this beautiful paper on the front. Then I made this like a little tuck spot. Here again is where I use the Spellbinders nesting dies and some more of the ribbon ephemera. And I basically tucked it underneath on that side and then overlapped it on this side and then glued a button on there, and I thought that turned out pretty cute. And then here's some just Michael's brand flowers that came in a little container. They were pretty cheap. So they can do a photo here. I did 2 little, triangular pockets, I guess is what you want to call them. And they can put it here and here. They can put a photo here too. And that just kind of slides back in. And then, of course, another mat. And right here, I had some pearls that I got from Rena. Thank you, Rena. And then here's some vintage lace that I got from the antique shop, along with a another lace doily card die from Spellbinders. This was from the ephemera collection. I made this little envelope and then attach this on here. This was from the other ephemera collection that I had that was Bow Bunnies, and I thought it went really well in here, so they can do some journaling on the back. And then I have another, you have your pocket and then another mat right here with a little tag to pull a little tab thing to pull it out, and it just easily goes back in there. Of course, I'm doing this left-handed, so it looks weird. Okay. Then on this side, let's zoom in just a bit. Okay. This actually came from my Craftology box. I had a couple flowers left over, and so I went ahead and I decided that I wanted it to match along here. So I took the little pearl that was on there. It wasn't a pearl, but it was like a little shiny embellishment, and I took that off and then put on one of these pearls. And then I used this from the ephemera collection. This was also from the ephemera collection, and I just put them on pop dots, glued some more of the pearls, flat back pearls, and then I this is magnetic, and it opens up like this, little tuck spot. And then on the back side, there's a little tuck spot. I don't know if I'm doing that very well, but anyway, I thought that was really cute. And then here's my belly band page. And I'm sorry, I have to have a lot of light in the room, but if I don't have that extra light in here, it gets kind of freaky. So here I have another tuck spot right here, so they can, put a photo there or whatever. Here was another journaling card. I think this was from the extra ephemera set that I had that was Bow Bunny related, and maybe this was too. I just basically made an envelope and tied some string around it. They can just pull that off. Here was some of the ephemera from the collection. I put it on pop dots, glued down some pearls here, more of the ribbon trim, another portion of the lace doily. I did some buttons. I mean, we got a lot going on this page. This is that die cut that I got from Tamara. That's the Forever. Love that. And then here's another die cut ephemera piece. And I'm sorry if I don't know which each one of these came from. I probably should have remembered. But I think this one came from the other set of ephemera that I had. Then we have another page where I did like a little tag, like I did in one of my other books. Tied it with some seam binding ribbon from Tamara's store. Here is a little watering can from the ephemera collection, and another little Michael's flower. And then I just glued 2 tags together and put them on here. There's also a tuck spot right here. Let's see if I can. Oops. I'm not even doing this right. This paper's thick. So anyway, so you can do that there. And then you just tie it back up. And like I said, another matte page. Double-sided mats. And then we move on to our next page. This one is like a pocket page. I was gifted this, and I don't remember who sent it to me, but I just basically put some score tape on here, and then I used some vintage laces that I have. Again, the Chinese laces. This is from Saw Crafters. I made this one, but backed it up on another Michael's flower. Here's some ephemera. This one is ephemera that I made. Then we have another little tuck spot right here, and it just lifts up. This is also magnetic, and this one goes down like this though. And then I have another little tuck spot right here for another photo, and then another mat. And then here I have a pocket. This was gifted to me from Judy. Thank you, Judy. I love this. Put this on pop dots. I made a little vellum envelope. Yesterday I couldn't remember the name of it. It's vellum. So you can just put some little stuff in here. I made this tag, and it says, "Darling, you look gorgeous." The actual tag portion was from another ephemera collection that I had. This button was gifted to me from Judy. Thank you, Judy. And it says, "Darling, you look gorgeous." And I used some more of Tamara's seam binding ribbon here. This little flag right here is from the ephemera collection. I know that for sure, that it came from this one. And then I just made a tiny little bow, and then I did some, I don't know if you call this embossing, I guess. I ran it through my Big Kick, and then you can do another photo mat or journaling, whatever you want to do there. And so it just easily goes in here. And then I made like a little message board, and I used some tiny little copper brads, and I actually have a tutorial on how to make one of these in my Christmas album that I made about a year ago. So if you want to check that out, it's in one of the tutorials. There's several different ones. So for that collection, I think I had like 7 or 8, 9, 10, 11, I don't even know. It was a long book, so I can't really say. And I just basically cut one of the pages out, and I made all this little ephemera. And that is the end. I hope you all like what I've made, and don't forget to comment. I love hearing from you all. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you purchase this collection and you've made something, I would love to see it. I love to see what other people create. It's always fun to see how people can do things so differently with the same paper collection. It's awesome. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful and fabulous day. Bye, y'all.